Marketer, how long do you think it will take to read this headline? Let's time it. 2 days of world-class leadership training. That's 3.16 seconds. And by the way, many readers will just scan it. They will pay attention mostly to the first few words. Let's put a timer on this even shorter process. 2 days of world-class. What does that take? About 1.38 seconds. And it brings me to an essential truth. You have less than 2 seconds to capture attention and build cognitive momentum. To do that, you've got to get the first 4 words of your headline right. But how do you do it? How do you structure them to produce maximum momentum? This is a fast class, 40 minutes of content in less than 10 minutes. We're going to cover a dense section, a lot of content, fast. But bear with me and we can learn something remarkable together. In today's session, we have 3 critical principles, and here is the first. Number 1, pull the customer forward with a subject-predicate structure. Here's a headline you might recognize. Universal Orlando Resort, 2-part bonus. We shared that with you in the last fast class. We asked you to improve it and put it in the YouTube comments. It's not a gimmick. I want to work with you and learn together. But let me share with you now the headline we tested. Here it is. Enjoy 14 days of unlimited access. You can read the rest. There is a powerful difference between the 2 of these. And there's a difference in results. 26%. The treatment outperformed the control by 26%. But what is the difference in structure? Well, if you pay close attention, you'll notice the first headline does not have a verb. The second one has a verb. It's the word enjoy. And that verb signals the predicate. The subject-predicate structure helps you express a complete thought. And that's a key. Let's look at another. Chronic migraine treatment, a long-term solution. But where's the verb? Let's look at the treatment. Get relief for your weekly migraines. Do you see the verb? It is the word get. Signals the predicate and establishes momentum. What's the difference in results? 331%. We're moving fast. We're on to the second principle. Use the subject to prioritize the customer's interests. Now, here's an experiment we looked at in the last class. Let's review the headlines. You are a master and commander of 1 billion documents. Cost-effective litigation management solutions. We sell unfair advantages, etc. Do you see the 3? Do you remember the results? Headline A outperformed headline C by 42%. And it outperformed headline B by 259%. That's remarkable. Words matter. Every word matters. So let's look at the words, because before we shared the result, but now let's analyze the reason. So look at headline B. First question, is there a verb? The answer is no. It's a big clue. This is a title, and it has a lack of momentum. And by the way, it was the worst performing headline. Let's look at headline C. It positions the company in the center of the thought. The company is the subject of the sentence. Let's look at the words more carefully. Here we are. We sell unfair advantages. Every single word in that opening is negative. Nobody wants to start with you. They want to start with themselves. Sell? Nobody wants to be sold. Unfair? Just look at the first 3 words. We sell unfair. What does that connotate? Something is wrong. And you see it in the numbers. So, the winning headline, though, it's different. It begins with the prospect. You are master and commander of 1 billion documents. Now, there's more to this, and we're going to talk about that going forward. But it's important that you see the principles in action. So let's go deeper. You say, okay, I understand now. I want to make the customer the subject. Well, here's the easiest way to do that. To prioritize the customer's interest with something you learned in grammar school, the understood subject. So let's look at an example of 2 headlines and see the difference. Here's the first. There are more than 491,720 registered sex offenders in the U.S. That's the original. Let's look at the treatment. Identify registered sex offenders living near you. Now, if you really drill down, The first headline is a complete bot, has a subject and a predicate. But where is the customer? They don't exist in it. In the second headline, you don't see that customer's noun form because it's implied. If you were diagramming the sentence, you'd put you in parentheses on the front side. You identify. It's as if the customer or the prospect hears it in their mind. You identify, but you see the verb. Registered sex offenders living near you. The advantage of the understood subject is it gets to the verb and the action. It helps you predicate the value faster. Not this. We can help you lower your payments by up to 50%. But this, lower your payments by up to 50%. It's almost identical except for the shift in subject. And what's the difference? 88%. Are you learning something? Marketer, you are not the subject. The customer is the subject, and your offer is the object. There's more to come on this. We'll be teaching more, but now I'm going to confuse you. If this is true, then why does this headline work? Engage X for your physician social media strategy. That's the control. But here's the winner. X gives you immediate access to over 120,000 doctors. Now, wait a second. The first headline has the understood subject, and it's the customer. The second headline starts with the company, and yet it outperforms the other. What's going on here? I'm going to explain it in just a few moments, but first, I'm going to take you to the final point, point 3. This is the third principle, and it's the most important one. It will have the most impact on conversion. Enforce the 4 words to value rule. Here's an example. Not this. Have the, and X stands for the newspaper, have the X waiting for you at your door. But this, save 50% on home delivery. Now, wait a second. There's a big difference here. Let's look at the first 4 words of the control. Have, no value there. The, no value. Waiting, no value. For, no value. The headline doesn't get you to the value fast enough. It never does express it right. But look at the difference in the second headline. Save. There's value. 50% on home delivery. You see what's happening here? We are getting to the value fast, leveraging the understood subject and following the 4 words to value rule. Now that will start to help us understand what went wrong in this other headline we just talked about. X, by the way, here stands for the name of the company. Engage X for your physician social media strategy. Well, there it is with an understood subject, but it's doing everything else wrong. The word engage is a negative word. It implies that you have to hire somebody or do work. Engage X, no value there. Engage X for, no value there. Engage X for your, no value. But the winning headline, even though it starts with a company, it still follows the 4 words to value rule. Here it is. X gives. See, the company's giving you something. X gives you immediate access. Man, that's exactly what a pharmaceutical wants, immediate access to over 120,000 doctors. And the difference? 104%. Now, if you're learning, you might realize that, wait a second, that's better, but it's not best. Let's combine the rules. Let's put these principles together. How would you restructure that headline yet again to make it more powerful? Here's the original. X gives you immediate access to over 120,000 doctors. Well, if you were to deploy an understood subject, you might rephrase it this way. Get immediate access to over 120,000 doctors. Do you see the difference? This could be even better. Now, if you're thinking that way, then let me challenge you finally to help improve a headline. Put your best thinking in the YouTube comments. Here it is. Home delivery plus web plus mobile plus tablet equals 1 exceptional offer. I will share with you the headline we tested, and I'll give you a hint now. The new headline outperformed this one by 181%. We'll share that in the next fast class. But if you will get into YouTube, put your comments down below on this headline. Try to improve it. I promise I'll comment to every single one in the next 30 days because I want you to learn. This isn't a gimmick to make our search rankings go up. It's my desire to interact with you as a teacher. Finally, in closing, let me just stress something. Self-interest on the part of the marketer is so dangerous. It's our blind spot. It's not enough for the marketer to see better. The marketer must see with new eyes, the customer's eyes. The point of these principles is help you to see your headline through the eyes of your prospective customer. Let's learn together. Let's help each other. Let's build a community that approaches our marketing like philosophers in a new way. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for putting up with me.